Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back, y'all. This is the underrated one. This is my channel's underrated doctor. Y'all choose the underrated one, the number one grinder. Get you back with the underrated Mulkbang 6. Got some good for the family again. Made up everything. Probably the drink is probably look maybe um similar, but hold on. So welcome Rashid. Thanks for coming. Appreciate that. Got some good for the family. Got some good for the family. Um, so let me put the link in here. hmm All right, what's blazing sports? The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. Y'all come up if y'all want. My bad. I gotta set it for. I forgot to send paste it. Okay, it should be up in there right now. There goes the link. I'm just letting people know now. Y'all want to come up? Come up. All right. I did underrated mukbang 5 yesterday. Then I come back with the 6. This was planned at least about 4 hours ago. You know what's blazing in sports? We here, no doubt, no doubt. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. That drink is good. Hey, drink is good. So wait for some more people to come here. Now, you gotta see the food first to come up here. Right now, I'm waiting for some more people to come here, Rashid. Don't worry, you gonna see the food. I don't want to keep on showing it, keep on showing it, keep on showing it. Just come up here. You can see the food. There with my towel and everything, That take that was me. Yeah. So oh trust me, Rashid, if I don't see people like in like I said about 3 more minutes, I'm gonna show the food. I'll probably show at least about maybe 2 more times, but we're gonna have a little conversation though. I did upload a video, but it was going slow. So I exit that out and I do another one like another 2, 3 days, stuff like that. Get up, get tight to the 6 minute mark. Then I'm showing my food. Hold on, let me say my prayers. Amen. Wait for some people. Some more people to come in. I'm good. What's up? What's up, champ? I'm good. Well, after you see the food brothers, after you see y'all want to come up, y'all come. The link is right there. Y'all want to come up? You know what I mean? I send another one if y'all don't see that one. Come up. No, I'm showing right now. I'm gonna show my food right. Let me know y'all see, all right? But I don't want to eat it while it's hot, while it's cold, when it's getting cold. So here it is, y'all. Press one when you see the food and stuff, or press two. You didn't see. I show it again. This is lettuce, right? Underneath the lettuce, that's this French salad dressing. On top, that is meatball, add some Korean barbecue sauce on top. I sprinkle a little Parmesan cheese. See that? I sprinkle a little Parmesan cheese on top. The drink right here, it's the same. It's a little different, but this time this is it's cranberry pineapple juice, and I just add little peaches in it. Add peaches in it. That's the drink I made. It was similar. If you was here yesterday, it was similar, but I ain't gonna tell you. But so I'll show y'all again. On top of the lettuce, I put French salad dressing. See the red right there. Then on the top of the meatloaf. I mean, excuse me, meatballs. I add Korean barbecue sauce. Sprinkle on top Parmesan cheese. This what I made up. Anybody can do this. You can even do it with steak too, if you want. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna get ready to uh, get this food right now. Mm. There's negative. Is there negative energy in here, brother McCall? Hope there's. Mm. So there's no negative energy in this chat. I mean, this panel. I mean, this on this channel. So mm, that tastes good. Okay, got you. The link you want to come up? What's going on? All reliable. You show my food. They little already. Lettuce. Now the lettuce. See the lettuce. On top of the lettuce is I put a French salad dressing. Then after that, on the meatballs, I put Korean. I have Korean barbecue sauce. I put on top of that. Then you see the cheese, the Parmesan cheese on top. And this is the drink. This is a cranberry apple with peach and cranberry apple juice with peaches in it. But I'm glad you're here, brother Bokar. I'm happy you're here in the shadows. That's good. Good. Very good. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Goes good with the peaches too. Yep. Hmm. Yeah. Um. Dr. Unwell, Dunbar was on. That was powerful. That was a powerful stream he did. Then you got Sharp, Sharp Talk Live. He's on right now. Good. Very good. With the French dressing on top of the lettuce, with the Korean that fused the spicy with the sweet. Then the cheese goes with it. I just said I fuse it just right. See, at first I was going to add the blue cheese, but I said that wouldn't make no sense because I already sprinkled some cheese. It don't make no sense because blue cheese. I said, oh, I got French salad dressing. Goes very good, fam. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I'm glad everybody doing all right. The lessons are around the corner. Matter of fact, it's like 2 days, and people talking about it. See, Trump went in on the Democrats. We're talking about the 97. We're talking about the 94 bill that Biden sponsored that. He was talking about us African Americans, how they don't appreciate us. I'm gonna say this though. Knowing Trump like a Gemini, I'm a Gemini like he is. He going for the juggernaut. Now, people could say that they don't like him. I get it. Tom Malone, glad to see you, brother. If you want to come up, you can feel free. It's up to you. Want to come up? It's up to you. There's a link. Let me show you my food in a few seconds. He went for the juggernaut. And everything that Trump said at the last rally about Democrat Party, all I can say this, he's on point. So you know right now, like I say, you don't have to like a person, but listen to the tone and the message with it. I'm just telling you. I ain't listen to all of it and everything, but like I said, Trump is a Gemini like me. If y'all know about Gemini, how our mind works, that's all I'm saying. And I'm leaving it just like that. And let me show you my food, Tom Malone. Show you my food. This is the lettuce. Underneath there is French salad dressing. See the red? Right underneath that on top, there's meatballs. I put on top of it, I put Korean barbecue sauce on top. You see the cheese? See the cheese? And this is the drink on cranberry apple. I gotta add some more juice to that. Hold on, let me be right back. I'm put some more juice in it. So I'm back. I'm back. See, I add some more juice. See that? There's the food right there. Welcome, family. Yep, thank you. So you Tom Malone, you see the food? Oh, thanks for posting that, Tom Malone. I appreciate that. Oh, let me read this. I forgot. Uh, Come and join real conversation with the underrated one. Us as the righteous ones individually. Let's make a change within ourselves and genuine be there for each other. We all we got. We all we got. All right. Yeah. So there are some people saying they we shouldn't vote and everything like that. But I tell people it's up to them. You know, you cannot tell people, oh, you shouldn't vote if you don't vote this and that. Nah, I can't say that. The way either party have done nothing for our people. Now, despite that you talk about Trump, rightfully so, he did pardon some some of our people did. He put some. The historical black colleges put some money to that. Okay, but we shouldn't like. Oh, we gonna give him, throw him my vote. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just stating facts here. Okay, so we gotta do this. Let's keep the pressure to make sure that we get what we want as a people. And like I always said, I'm gonna keep repeating this. We gotta stop working collectively, and we gotta stop. You gotta start work as masses, especially us as black men. Very important. That is very important. You gotta step it up. That's very important. Okay, let me get the car in there for the piece. There you is. How you feel, brother?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
Okay, thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Welcome.
A little loud right now. The road that I'm on is a little bumpy, so you're gonna get some residual in the background.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad you're here, brother. Glad you're here.
Just wanted to address one thing real quick. Put some down in the chat saying that I'm getting ready to pretty much take a break from the YouTube for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that came across quite right. Every once in a while, you get a little too much of the negative energy or the negative talk built up.
Okay.
And sometimes you gotta break away from that so that you can come back a little more strong, a little more full of that positive to keep bringing more positive energy to other people. You get so much that you get so much thrown at you from all of the different streams, channels, talks, things of that nature, that you naturally start spitting back that venom. You start spitting back that negativity back at your people. I don't like doing that. So I take a break.
Okay. Okay. I got you. But I have to say this because this is my channel. And
yes, sir.
Like, you welcome always here. There's always positive over here. You good. I'm saying you're good with me. That's all.
Yeah. I'm just expressing what I'm talking about. That's all. I mean, like, because when I jump on here, I always try to come up with something, with some information.
You always do. You bring us great information.
But in order to get that information, you got to go out. You got to go out and you got to study. You can't study if you're still taking in a bunch of negativity. So I'm going to take like a couple weeks down.
Okay.
Freshen up. Get all that negative energy out of me. Start building up some more facts. Researching some things, and then I can come back with some more information. Right now, I'm studying up on the history of Oregon, and and the two black cities that we really don't hear about, right? So I want to come with some facts with that way I can share some ways of being able to navigate with things that we're getting ready to go through after this election. Because this election it's about to be hype. I'm telling you, it's about to be real out here.
I feel it. And I'm gonna tell you this: whenever you come back, could you come back to my channel first? I'll put my bid in. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, all right. You're the first one to ask me, so I'm gonna have to honor that.
Because I appreciate you as a man. All right, I ain't invite you because I appreciate you as a man. I appreciate your integrity. I appreciate you standing for the brotherhood, standing for our people.
Word, I feel that. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So I want you to come back. We get a good time. We set it up. And then when I'm going to do, I'm just going to set it up. Give us and give us the truth. What we need to do. That's it. Cause we need to know. I totally agree with you.
I think I'm not sure if I even got a chance on this on your page on your channel
Mm-hmm.
to talk about um, some of the Native American tribes that are in support of Trump right now. That
Mm-hmm.
a lot of black people are still unaware of. You're
Uh-huh.
claiming, some sort of Native heritage and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got to be accountable for, this discrepancy and the support. I'm not sure how many different billboards I pass by that says such and such tribe for Trump, such and such tribe this supports Trump.
Mm.
Makes me cringe a little bit when I start driving through
Yeah,
these
by
people's
here.
nations and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before I show my food to the other people, and there's the link in the chat. If y'all want to come up, feel free. That's up to y'all. I'm telling y'all right now, it's up to y'all. I'm not gonna keep on saying this anymore. I'm tired. But you know what, bro? Throughout the years I've been on this earth, I've been seeing quite a few things myself. I see quite a few people that don't look like us, that enslave us. They get money. They get certain type of reparations. They get in the past. And it seems like a lot of us don't like want to talk about it. So
Yeah. I
what
mean,
you're saying
that's
is very
fact.
true.
That's fact. I mean, here's the thing, though. I'm all for reparations. I support that idea 100%. I'm for cutting the check for black people. But there's some other issues that go along with it that are definitely not being addressed because once you start addressing these things, then we start to see, okay, not not only are we owed this, but there's a certain amount of justice behind the reason why we should be getting it in the first place. Not
Mhm.
just a matter of a debt being paid back, not just a
Mhm.
matter of a debt owed because of the labor,
Right.
but there are some really horrible fringe things on the outside that need to be addressed that don't get brought up when reparations are talked about.
Mhm.
Case in point, all black people know of, oh, let me see, John Brown. Everybody
Mhm.
knows John Brown. John Brown, rebel leader, basically, you know, led a rebellion, killed off some white plantation owners, freed some black people as best he could. Essentially, was quarreled, was murdered in that
Mhm.
rebellion, and all that stuff. We've got schools named after him and all that. That's great. What we don't know is that there was another John Brown. There's a John Brown that was a slave that was a victim of experimentation by doctors. One doctor in particular, his slave owner. A lot of people see don't even know about this man's struggle and the fact that he actually made it to his freedom.
Mhm.
Right? But you're gonna have to dig for that.
Mhm.
So when I'm going on my little break or whatnot to get out of here, I'm going to go back into my research. I'm going to go back into a lot of different things and try to, dig up some things, some kind of unearth some other things that maybe some people didn't really know about that I can bring to the table so that people can chop it up, take it in, and grow from it, learn something from
Mhm.
it, learn that because if you don't know your history, and I keep stressing this out. If you don't know your history, then you don't know what laws are on the law books in which keep you in the situation that you're in.
Mhm.
vagrancy laws, truancy laws, all laws that come from black code, Jim Crow, segregation, and beyond that. So you gotta see what's still there. Hell, in 2001, they finally changed some laws in Oregon, or some wording on their law books that would, if you heard what it was, you you wouldn't be able to finish that food of yours. You wouldn't.
Oh wow.
I mean, basically, it was one of their customs to beat black people once a year. Every 6 months you can get beat publicly until you moved to another state. This is Oregon law. They only changed that in 2001. And you wonder why there's no black people in Oregon, or there's not very many black people in Oregon. But yet, it's one of the jazz capitals. Portland, Oregon is one of the jazz capitals.
It is, yes.
So I'm like, there's some discrepancy here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm diving back into my shadows, or whatever the hell I want to call it. I'm going back into hiatus, coming off of YouTube, off of my Instagram, off of my Facebook page, shutting that down for like until the end of the year.
Oh.
And I'm gonna be focusing on studying. If anybody wants to, anybody who has my email, if you need me to pop back up and share something, or you want me to be on a panel or something, that's the only leeway I'm getting. That's the only thing that's gonna like get me out from my studies right now.
Do you have my email?
If I'm not mistaken, I dropped it in the chat, and I dropped it on your messages at the usually that go with the video.
I didn't get it. That's what I'm saying. I'll give it to you again. I'll put it in the chat.
All right, no problem. I'll send you an email. Make sure you have that. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that is like resurfacing right now that I really think is important. The First Step Act, that's a part of Trump's Platinum Plan. It's okay and everything to try to give convicts in prison people to try to straighten up and come and be able to qualify or earn points to get out of the prison system. But if you don't change certain laws that put them in there in the first place, then you're not making any ground. So having this quote unquote platinum plan is some bullshit, in my personal opinion, because it doesn't address the tools that are being used to put black people behind bars in the first place. That's just part of it. There's only a small detail. There's a whole bunch of other stuff in this plan. Biden's Lift Every Voice plan is the same thing, right? Where it still has this language in it that just it boasts like it makes it sound like it's going to be for black people, but when you really start getting into the fine print, none of the actual laws that he wrote in, none of the bills that he wrote in are being addressed. None of them are being overturned. None of that stuff is being changed. So if none of that stuff is being changed, and all those laws still apply, and all those laws will still put your black ass in jail.
Okay.
So therefore, they did not change anything to better our living situation while dealing with our surroundings. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
So
Rashid, yeah. Okay. Rashid D, he said he wants your channel.
My channel has no videos outside of my playlists. So if you want to go on there, that's fine. But I don't post videos on purpose.
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
I'm just being flat honest.
Okay.
But yeah, Neophyte Bokor Tourist is one channel. Neophyte Bokor is another channel. You jump on there. and there's plenty of playlists that you can go on. There's plenty of videos, music, things that you can go through to, I don't know, there's information that I thought was useful. There's people that were speaking that I thought were useful. There's conversation, debates, lectures from professors and things of that nature that I put on on several different playlists that you can go and research. But I mean, that's essentially what I do. I'm not really big on posting videos. I'll jump on a panel or two. I'll come and speak with people. But as far as making the video myself, I'm not turned on by that.
Got you. Okay. In the chat, I put my emails.
Work.
So you see it and stuff. Again, welcome to my channel. The Underrated Doctors, yours truly, the underrated one, the #1 grinder. If you're new, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, hit the like, share this out. Let me see, let me change that. Let me see. Again, the link is in the chat. Anybody that wants to come up, feel free. I chat with my brother. Chat with my brother for a call, and he got some message to us as a people. And he's gonna come to his channel to talk to us about it. So I'm just saying, stay tuned for that. We need that.
I'm open to talk to anybody who wants to discuss some of these things. I mean, especially if, like, I get it all the time where people want to choose between Biden or Trump when it comes to voting and all that stuff. Picking the better of two evils. Yeah, I got that too. Right? I'm not trying to tell you to vote for this person over that person. It's none of my business.
Right.
I really wouldn't care. I'm care more about whether or not you got your toolbox equipped, if you catch my drift. This opposition that's in the street that is actually opposing us definitely got their toolbox together and they use it against us all the time. Are you doing the same? That's a little more important to your well-being.
Yeah. And I get what you say.
That win, lose, or draw, these mugs are still going to be the same white supremacists coming for our black asses at the end of the day. Don't matter.
Okay.
Don't matter.
I kind of walk. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, something to think about. Let me welcome my other brother, Rashid D. Welcome to the Underrated Mulkbang number 6.
What's going on, man?
Man, you know me. I'm grinding.
Yeah. Trying to connect my Bluetooth. But yeah, man, I was listening to what the other guy was saying, and I was, intrigued and see did he have a channel or anything, because, I kind of look at a lot of ancestry, following my family's history, because I know my family were they were Indian descent. So I was trying to see the tribe and, just trying to track my history. Yeah, I actually went on a channel on YouTube, and the lady went back to the 1800s of my family.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So, I'm got a little older and started getting more into history. But the crazy part is I had a cousin right before he passed. Me and him was getting pretty close.
Oh, okay.
And he was real big into history, like far as world economy and all that. Like he had
if you don't mind me asking, bro. Let me just say how you doing, respectfully. try to extend that out to
How
you.
you doing?
But if you don't mind me asking, what tribe did your ancestors go back to, and did you go any further than the 1800s?
That's the thing. Yeah, it stopped at the 1800s. That's what I was looking at. And actually,
Mm.
that's the thing I'm in the process now of looking for the tribe.
Yeah, I find it funny how most black people who research this ancestry all find
You got a little, getting a little breakup.
They got a little, yeah, you're bothering a little bit.
Yeah, he said he was on the road, so
Yeah, I'm actually in some tribal territory right now. So,
oh, okay.
if I'm not mistaken, I'm in the Zuni Nation right now.
Oh.
Okay.
Zuni Nation are most of them are really warm and welcoming, except for when you start getting on the outskirts. Then you start getting into the $5 Indian tribes, but that's for another debate.
Yeah,
Mm.
I know about them.
But I was asking that because I find the same thing with my family as well. See, I'm what you would call Blackfoot, but again, it only goes to a certain um, age, a certain year, right? Now, I'm not talking about my great grandma was or something like that. I'm talking about my grandmother was Blackfoot,
Yeah.
right? So that's really close in heritage. I should be getting a stipend every year for my lineage. However, I don't. We don't count. And you have to ask yourselves, well, why is that? There's
Yeah.
laws in the law books that exclude certain parts of the native family. And it only applies to the native families that were slave owners or the 5 civilized tribes, right?
Yep.
It's really important because just this year alone, half of Oklahoma is now allocated towards those native tribes. Oklahoma is divided in half right now between the state itself, the federal, and the national tribal lands. This is important because if you are of native descent, then a piece of that is yours.
Mm-hmm.
But why aren't we counted? It's mainly because the native tribes had property. That property were slaves. There's a
Yeah.
lot of there's some accounting errors there that need to be addressed in order to figure out, well, what the shit? Why aren't we included in this?
Mm-hmm.
From my
Right? So it's
knowledge
more
too.
than it's yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, from my knowledge, I actually did doing some research. Uh, a lot of the natives, they kind of cut deals behind closed doors, and sold other tribes out in order to join the union and stuff. So that was a big issue, of conflict when it came down to a lot of the copper color people, as they put it, instead of black, but copper color people back in those days. That's why they were kind of wrote out of, the part of history in which they were described us.
Right, exactly. So when you have these Native American tribes that were part of the Trail of Tears, you got to remember
Mm,
we were in that trail too. Only thing is
exactly.
we weren't included as human beings. We were considered
Mm-hmm.
property. The property
Yeah.
had to be moved as well. John Horst didn't agree with that. We'll get into that topic later. But the Seminole and the Maroons are the ones that were the ones rebelling against that whole idea of being moved for that contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you can go
This
back
but
through
this is why,
history,
why I'm
man.
bringing
You
it up.
see all of us. Yeah. I'm just gonna say you can go back
Yeah.
through history and you see like throughout all cultures, man, we pretty much got the bad contract, bad piece, or however you want to name it. Like when it came down to it, we pretty much end up selling each other out, kind of just doing what it takes to get the dollar. Overall, you
Yeah.
had the small tribes warring with the bigger tribes to gain that popularity.
Right. It was more, a a financial gain, a territorial gain. It was more like along the lines of respect. This is why Georgia law looks so weird, especially Georgia land law looks weird as hell because Georgia doesn't belong to the federal government. It belongs to the black people that were married into the tribes.
Yeah.
That that Georgia technically um, it belongs to us. I mean, I can't really put it in like, but we can't figure out what thing we want to call ourselves.
Yeah.
Black, white. The, when you come from like Germany or Poland or Sweden or whatever the shit, when you come over here, you relinquish that identity to a certain degree, and you take on white. You are now white, categorized as that when you get over here, which comes with certain privilege.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
that's
that
good.
means that you're still tied to a culture. You're still tied to a nationality. You're tied to a flag.
Mm-hmm.
But being
Yeah.
born here as black people, we continue to not. I mean, not saying that we continue to be confused. We continue to um, be undecided on which thing we want to stand firm on. Which thing are we going to stand on? Which collective are we going to show dedication towards in order to be identified as, for lack of a better term, an endangered people? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're tied to Africa, and technically we are in the billions when it comes to population on the planet. However, when you come to this land over here, we're a small percentage, and if anybody else has any say in the matter, that percentage will get smaller. You can tell by the laws being passed, the cops out here, and the fact that our health is so badly attacked on every level. So we weren't being affected by coronavirus, and then magically, the media puts out that black people are disproportionately at a disadvantage to combat the coronavirus because of our lack of health insurance. Now we're at risk. Now white people look at us and they cough and sneeze when they see us, and they act like we don't see that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just announce it first. Welcome, welcome, Community Solutions. Thanks for coming. Welcome back, back to the basics. Welcome, Sheila E. Any of y'all that wants to come up to the panel, feel free. Welcome to my channel, the Underrated Talks. Show treat the underrated one, the number one grinder. Welcome to. I did a mukbang yesterday. That was 5. Now I come back with another one. This is Underrated Mukbang 6, and I got my brother Bokar, and my brother Rashid. We talking about history, and it's very important that's gonna really gonna be relevant in the very near future. It's very current. And I said I was gonna say I did put a video out, but it took too long to upload. So, but I'm gonna put my spin on it. I'm gonna send a little message, so I want you to stay tuned for that. And again, like I said, if any of y'all wants to come up, feel free. The link is in the chat. You're welcome to come up. And well, let me do my food, and then I'll keep on going. This is what I made. I killed half of it already, but this is lettuce. I put on top of it. I put French style dressing, French salad dressing. I mean. Then you see the meatballs on top. I had Korean barbecue sauce. I put that on top. Sprinkle with some Parmesan cheese. The drink I also made up myself. That's cranberry pineapple juice with peaches in it. Also, I made that up too. Then also, if I want to donate, I do got a cash app. It's capital JT 53000. Also, I had PayPal, PayPal.me, all in caps, JT Black 53. You want to donate, right? Support your interests. All right, y'all go ahead, brothers.
Yeah, yeah, because I was looking into a lot of like what you were just saying about going back to like our culture. Tone Talks, the guys on YouTube. He's actually a lawyer, and he actually
Mm-hmm.
worked with a group of people and did that movie, Freeway Crack in the System, and it got an award. And he actually him and Yvette started that ADOS, and I
Mm-hmm.
thought it would have been in a good direction because just like the brother Bakar was saying, we are like a lost nation. When it comes to Americans, even I tell my wife that I say, you black, but you're Jamaican black. I say, you can always say, I'm Jamaican. That's my culture. That's where I'm from. But as American black people, we say we're American black, but technically they kind of push the narrative, say, well, you were brought here, you know. And the people that were tribally actually from here and originally from here, they get mixed into it, So you have people that are from Africa. You have Can you
Hello?
hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
have the natives that actually were here, and with the they get lost into the whole culture with everybody else because if you can bunch all the people, even everybody, and put them in that one culture and kind of say they all came from Africa, and throughout the years you kind of dummy down on the history because back in the day you had the parents raising the kids, giving them the knowledge because most kids didn't actually went up to the eighth grade, and some of them even younger than that. Finished school.
Mm-hmm.
You had the kids that were more exceptionally that stayed, that wasn't in the country, that stayed in the big city. High school was like college back in the day for those kids. And for the ones that did, they got their lessons taught through parents, through the folk tales, through a little history and stuff like that. So, that's why we kind of lost ourselves of our tribes and, what tribes we come from because, you know, I got older before, like I hung around my great grandma all the time, never had any question to ask her about this until she passed. And more this topic came up to me as I was getting ready to graduate, and by then she had passed the previous year, and I kind of
Right.
felt it. And that's why I knew like most of our history is being lost to our elders because the younger generation just want to have fun and party and play. But then
Mm-hmm.
when you start getting the self awareness of yourself, it's too late because everybody around you that's pretty much have the knowledge, they either gone or they partially have it. They wasn't taught it.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. My grandfather always made it a point to take me around different things that he felt would be helpful, so that when he passes, I would be able to navigate through some of the bull that was taught to us through the school system. My grandfather, uh, because of his World War II um, knowledge, his the things that he lived through, the things that he was involved with.
Mm-hmm.
And before he retired, he worked with NASA, he left me with a wealth of knowledge that was like a toolbox to keep me from being lost when these textbooks tell you about, John Henry, all the mythological people that, all this bullshit. They're gonna tell you about Martin Luther King and everything, which is awesome, but it only gives you a little bit. You look at the average textbook, you get like a chapter and a half maybe of your history.
Yeah.
Right? They don't tell you about Malcolm X, and if they do, it's only a paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Maybe a page.
Maybe. Give and take.
Give or take. Now, mind you, it's on you to go and look your documentaries up and all that stuff. Yeah, I got that. But this is what's being left to you when you graduate. They give you graduations. They give you a diploma saying that you pass your education criteria, all without knowing who the shit you are.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So let me dive back into that 1800 thing. The 1770s is when you had the formation of the actual United States, right? We all know that to be 1776, but in 1772 is when they started working on the identification laws. Well, how do we combat these Moors that are coming over here and pretty much making headway with the slave codes that were already in place? Like, hey, you can't enslave these people. The Spanish Empire is saying that you can't enslave these Moorish people because they are not they're not slaves.
Mm-hmm.
They don't count. The Spanish Empire said the Spanish Empire is one that was actually keeping the Moors from actually being victim of these slave codes, right? But in 1772 is when that changed. That's when we started. That's when we actually had no choice but to take on that nomenclature, Negro or Black.
Mm-hmm.
That's documented, and you wonder why we all run into that same brick wall at the 1800s, early 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
That right there by itself is one reason why we keep running into this brick wall and trying to figure out, well, who the hell are we? We aren't just one people. We're a bunch of different people. Hell, just the pirates alone that kidnapped black people and put them into the slave trade from India is why we have so many discrepancies with our phenotypes and blood types when we go and get our DNA tests. I'm all for the DNA test. However, you got to take into consideration that you had lots of people trying to make their way into the growing slave trade on the West Coast, or the transatlantic slave trade. We don't think about the Indian Ocean slave trade. We don't think about those different slave trades that were that predate the slave trade that was already affecting us on the West Coast of Africa. Most of us came from the east coast of Africa. How did that happen? It's because of the slave trade that was already well in motion, where these pirates came and took our asses and blended us in over here because they couldn't get any more money from us on that end because Britain had already made it against the law. Spain had already made it against the law. Did that stop them from trying to attack Ethiopia? No, but it was already on the books that it was illegal to do so. It was only in America where they were still perpetuating this bullshit. That's why we don't know who the hell we are, is because we literally come from all over the place and we're kind of thrown together and bred our distinctions out of commission. So we would have to take on a whole nother mindset. We're like the Haitians, where they're mixed up into one thing, but they all come together under one banner. We would have to do the same exact thing in order to have an identity. We're a people with no identity.
So you saying, brother, and correct me that I'm wrong, because I stand to be corrected. So basically, I'm gonna use that as a cooking viewpoint. We just all over the place. We just worldwide. We're just well-rounded gumbo. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I would base it more off like
You breaking up?
I would say that we were more like a salad where everything was all distinctive and it doesn't melt down into one thing. We all and
Mm.
it's still super fresh. That's just being going into details, I guess. Um, we could possibly on being
Ooh,
if we could figure out like
we can't hear you.
what
You
things are
breaking up, bro?
what things are attacking.
Breaking up, bro. Bad.
I put myself on mute until I come back.
Okay. All right. Rashid, you still there? Well, I'm gonna go on. Rashid, you still there? Let me know. Well, again, welcome to my channel. Underrated dog is yours truly. The underrated one, the number one grinder. Got my brother. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Rashid?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I have my microphone up.
Okay.
Getting feedback now.
Mm.
Here we go.
Oh, you good?
Yeah.
Yeah, but go more what y'all was saying, man. That we gotta do more. We gotta do more investigating our history.
But the history dies with the elders, man. The real history. I mean, the stuff that we
Yeah.
find in books. They there's
Yeah.
believe it or not, there's a seed bank. I want to say in Iceland or Norway. A seed bank of pretty much all plants, all vegetables, all fruits, just anything that grows out of soil. Why would we have to collect seeds when we have an abundance? Because we grow it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these things that when I found that out, I questioned that because it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like even with Black History Month, shortest month out the year. You know, even though we have companies like McDonald's encouraging 365 Black, they reap the benefits of
Hello?
their conversation. Can you hear? Go ahead. You can go ahead, Bakar.
Check.
Oh yeah, back. Oh yeah. Y'all hear that back?
All right.
Rashid?
Here.
Well, let me keep on talking and stuff. I know, like throughout the years, I've been check find out stuff about history that not even one third they're not even saying anything about anything in this country. No, they said that we didn't have no black cowboys. It was black cowboys. Yo, that's the black cowboys. Five people. Oh, there he is. Hello.
I think I got service. Not too sure. Checking in.
Okay. Yeah, we hear you.
I can hear myself. Something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You want to look at Cowboys. That whole Cowboys, black people, being ranch hands.
Mm-hmm.
Ranch hands is how cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
They call the boy. They Negro, they call it boy.
Ooh. Breaking a bag. Uh-huh. Ooh.
Hear me.
Ooh. Breaking a bag.
Yeah, going now. Oh, they show.
You might have to mute yourself and come back. Mute yourself and come back.
Yeah, I'm here still. I'm just trying to let him.
Okay.
Let me come back as well because I'm
I'm
hearing
here
echo.
Okay. Yeah, this is the first day of. Okay. Hello? Hello, Brother Rashid?
Yeah, I'm back up.
Okay, cool. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, because I've been researching a lot of stuff. Cause like I tell people, about the life insurance stuff, and I encourage people to get life insurance to carry on the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
And out of everybody, getting in my truck. My bad. Let my truck warm up. But pretty much you're gonna have every generation. You're gonna have that child that just don't want nothing to do with history, nothing to do with anything. But that's only because we don't raise them a certain way. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And with this generation, it's kind of harder to raise them
Mm-hmm.
in the direction that you want them to go.
Right.
Because majority of the time, kids are not always with their parents. They're actually school, events,
Mm-hmm.
or the TV, internet. Something is raising that child pretty much more than the parent.
Mm-hmm.
You got 8 hours of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, anywhere from 6 to 8 hours of school. So the other few hours is just devoted to giving them breaks and actually dealing with them.
Mm-hmm.
And the parents that do actually take the time to be around their kids all the time, they see their friends and they look like, why are you
Mm-hmm.
so concerned, or why you always around me compared to my friends that they this and that? Because my older kids, they pretty much just about want anything under the sun. They try to follow the trend of what other kids were doing. And, as my younger kids, same thing. They want the latest and greatest of everything. They want just as much as anybody else have, or they see anything they want. And that's a trend that's always been pushed because you got to understand to actually have these kids be devoted to buying and getting everything they see. That's the start of that brainwashing.
Yeah.
And I see that in my kids a lot. So I kind of hold back from buying them certain things. hold back from just doing a lot of things for them that they actually need sometimes. But it's just the point that I see the direction that it's going. You know, when they were younger, I used it to my benefit to where I would actually take them to the store and spend about, I want to say $20 or $30 every weekend with them when they were real young. And they would get everything that they want. And then it got to a point where I said, well, I can't take it this weekend. They look at me, why? What's going on? And I told them, I said, well, you know, I need you to start reading more books. I need you to start doing this. I got them to the point where they were doing a book report every day just to go get toys on the weekend. You know, and then when I actually started working more, the book reports kind of slowed down because I wasn't there to enforce it. You know, and that's the thing. You can have a train get started. Anything get prepared for the kids to you know push them ahead. But if you have certain obstacles or people around them that don't actually push those narratives or worse than that, other kids in their family kind of push narratives. It makes them hard to keep up those traditional things. You know, that's the same thing as holidays. It's a few people that rarely go around their family for holidays. You know, I heard an instance where a guy he said something about I think it was on YouTube channel. One of his family members died, so they actually don't celebrate holidays with each other. And that tradition right there is lost for the next generation. So if this guy has kids, he might have his immediate family, but extended family won't be around.
No.
You know. Hey, that's like with my friend. He doesn't have kids, but all his nephews love him. He always tell every one of his cousins or whoever that got kids, he said, man, I ain't giving you no money, but I got time. So he babysit all the nieces and nephews. They call him by his name, love him, everything. You know. And that's where a lot of tradition is lost. Like my uncle, he didn't have kids, but you know, he made it his goal to actually see what we were doing. The helicopter, and kind of talk to us, and guide us a little bit. Even though he wasn't there as we were younger, because the situation, as time passes by. You actually get a little older, and you start to look back on your life and see what you've been doing. You get an understanding to where, I wasted a lot of time, but I could have been doing more myself.
Right.
And that's what he had to actually open eyes and realize about that. And like the old saying is, spend all your time trying to get money. And when you get older, you spend all your money pretty much trying to get time back.
Yeah. Yep. Sure is.
Whether it is with health or anything. You got a lot of people. They work like me, for instance. I work so hard now. When I get older, I'm gonna be spending a lot of money. Trying to take care of my feet. From walking around and running so much. When I was younger. And that's the whole thing when it comes to kids. The whole history is not pushed as big as it used to be. As a collective, we don't all get together and kind of push things amongst each other. And I was like me, Go Professor, we was actually on Kane's channel this morning. He dropped out Cuda. And we was talking, I was telling him about how him, both of you guys, your channels are growing, and I see, the things that you guys are doing. And that's the biggest thing that I see between you and him working together. Building this foundation to where you guys see things that need to be corrected. And if no one else is doing it, you guys are taking the step forward.
I appreciate the compliment. Appreciate that.
And I mean, I see it. I recognize it. You know, same thing as Walt. You know, his channel is the same way. You know, he to me is more of an older gentleman, so I give the respect to him as well. You know, but his thing is, you know, he's doing it from a standpoint where the content speaks for itself. And the age of technology is all about waves. You know, so if you got it, you got it. You don't. And you know, that's why I go to his channel. I big up you when I'm on Art and Stars or whoever channel I'm on. You know, it's very few people. Like I tell people, very few YouTubers
I
I watch.
really appreciate that, Rashi, because before I met you and stuff, I mean, it's not complaining. I didn't really get no big up from Holly, nobody. I mean, I know. Let me stop. Back to the basics. Big me up. Community solutions. Bakar and Sheila E. You know, and you know they big me up. Tom Malone big me up, but I big up them too. But these are the channels that I'm talking about. You know, these are the channels they need to big up, but they don't. They really don't. It's all about being popular.
Yeah.
It's not all about the information. It's not all about the history. Excuse me. It's not all about life experience. Like right now, like we talk about me, you, brother McCall, and stuff like this is essential information that deals with our history. So you figure if somebody would hear it, they'd be right here, be at least see me about 20, 24 people right now. Plus, this is my second mukbang. I never did no mukbang back to back, but I feel like something to do. It's not just a mukbang, but to get the information out, wherever it is.
Yeah. It starts the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it takes a mukbang to deal with issues and topics, so be it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing with art. You know, everybody comes there to kind of see the art, and the conversation speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I like the direction of y'all, you guys' channel. How you guys push forth, you know, the issues, you know, and just bring it out.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, man, I came on YouTube strictly just for financial reasons, just looking to better my finances and, you know, educate myself on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I got into the manosphere, and believe it or not, the craziest thing is a lot of these men in the manosphere always talk about certain women and this and that. I can honestly say for most of the men that I kind of get more like talk to on a regular, or just kind of deal with in this space, most of them always say, I found the manosphere through a woman. That, I mean, even with me, I listen to Erica Williams. She talks about finance and flipping houses and trucks. And like I tell people, I used to only go on YouTube just to watch funny videos and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And when Facebook and all that, I was doing the same thing. Just to go on there and watch videos. Now I'm actually on there posting, giving information, you know, because my thing, that's what I seen. Even in this space, you know, you see a lot of reckless behavior. And so when people come over and look at the manosphere being a joke, or the way the women are pushing the sisterhood over there, it's because the way we are represented.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody look at this face and see something different.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, brother.
Everybody see. Go ahead.
Do you have a set of headphones? Do you have a microphone or headphones with a microphone on it?
Like what you getting? The feedback?
Yeah, I'm getting echo big time.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to see earlier. Let me take them off.
want to interrupt, but kind of on the roll. I want to be this without all the extra on me.
I think it's with you, because I'm still getting echo, and I took my headphones off.
Huh? Cause I heard you all right, Rashid.
But it's still echoing.
Oh, from where?
Oh, wait. Do you have YouTube playing at the same time?
Who?
Brother Rashid.
Oh.
That might actually do it. Brother, mine first. I'm still hearing it. Maybe somebody still has YouTube going at the same time. Instead of having to pause.
Let's see some.
I
Hello? Okay. Oh. Hello?
check. Yeah, I still hear myself.
Rashid, say something.
Yeah, I'm back on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit. Let's see.
Yeah, see. It's like jet lag. Because I'm talking. Look at camera on.
Yeah.
Brother Underrated, you have a headset on right now?
Yeah, I got a headset on.
Is the YouTube playing in the background?
No.
That's weird.
No, but if I do a show, whenever I do a show, I can never have no YouTube. No, it ain't no. Mine come through StreamYard.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drop YouTube altogether.
Okay.
All right, how's that?
Hello?
Still on.
Yeah, you see? When I talk.
You're barking.
Yeah. Let me go back out there. I keep doing that.
Me personally, I'm new to the idea of the manosphere, so I'm just passing through. Looks like we dropped everybody. Am I still on?
Okay.
We good?
Hello?
Yeah, it sounds better now.
Hmm?
Yeah, it sounds a lot better now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots better.
It sound much better?
Yeah, it's much better.
Okay.
All right, brother Rashid. If you can continue on what you were saying, I wanted you to go ahead and do that so I can come in. I had a load to add to what you were saying.
Go ahead, man. I'll let you go ahead and speak. I was speaking for a minute. Go ahead.
All right, cool. Yeah, see, we already know what the issue is technically. I mean, we have some idea, but it's like we don't necessarily have means to be able to accomplish the goal that at hand. And the problem is the fact that we don't have our own schools, right? But the bigger problem is we don't have our own language. Because I see the pattern goes that if you still have a tie to your original language, then it's easier to separate yourself from, you know, the outside influence, right? We see that with the different cultures that come into America and seem to thrive, right? Whereas black people, we still get kind of thrown out as the example of what not to do, which is kind of jacked up if you think about it. I mean, every other nationality that comes over here asks the same question that the white supremacists that run this country keep throwing out there. Why is it that black people can't do this, that, and the other? Well, every time we try, there's some sort of obstacle, obstruction, a hurdle, or some sort of wall, glass ceiling put directly in our way to where only a few trickle through to the other side, which are held as examples of how we all can make it. But we all tend to have to live vicariously through our athletes, actors, and singers and whatnot, and see that, you know, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. Well, here's where our problem is made manifest. Their school system works perfectly fine because it's something that they stole from us. Right? Again, do your history on it. I really don't want to go too far into that, but trust me, the public school system is a system that they piggybacked off of what we were doing in our communities. We needed a child care service and the education service. We put those things together and came up with the public school system. You're welcome, America. But now it's being weaponized as a tool against us, where our culture isn't being taught to our kids. Which is, you know, that it's an obvious answer. Take our asses out of those schools and create our own schools. Dr. Omar is talking about that, but a lot of people are not really giving him any credit on, on his accomplishment. But he's still driving forward to accomplish that goal. If you don't like what he's doing, make your own. In my neighborhood, there is literally a group of people that bought an older. It used to be a small college, like I don't know, a trade school. These folks bought that place, or rented it, or leased it, and turned it into a school for the youth. It's a youth school. You can take your kids out of the public school and put them into that little private school, and they're accredited. Right? This is a small, step forward in the right direction. I think more of our communities need to start doing that, pooling the money together and getting the accreditations, because there's plenty of black teachers, plenty of underpaid black teachers that could come up with a Saturday school to educate our kids. All right? Just a small example. I'm just throwing that out there. Hopefully somebody catches that ball and runs with it.
Mm-hmm.
But there is one of the problems, and there is one of the solutions. The problem is that we can't rely on the school system teaching us anything that is useful for our own growth.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Boyce Watkins has a school online to teach young people economics, but the useful economics that would help you later on in life. The stuff that they don't teach you in school, obviously. How to open a bank account. What does it mean to invest in stock? What's a savings account? And then what is real estate? All of these things. Dr. Boyce Watkins, he has that available right now, right? And it's been available for the last couple of years. If I can recall, it's actually been around for the last 10 years. But it's a program that he came up with, and he advertises it on the internet, but just on YouTube, on Facebook. He has his whole masterclass where you can enroll your children in that instead of in putting them into the school system right now online, where you have to do this shit where they're teaching you from home. You can do your own homeschooling and have Dr. Boyce Watkins teach you your kids. As a matter of fact, as soon as my daughter is old enough, I'm going to enroll her ass in that.
Yeah, wrong with that, right?
But there's a ton of other black people that are actually doing the same thing, where they're creating these schools online so that we can get ourselves out of that school system that is a detriment to our growth. We're going to keep learning the same old bullshit being passed down decade after decade, generation after generation. That's where the damn treadmill is. That's where the hamster ball is. That's where they keep putting us, to keep driving this damn economy of theirs instead of building our own economy. Our dollars don't bounce around in the community enough because we don't have any stores in our communities that are black owned primarily. It's all Arab or Chinese or Mexican or anybody else that decides they want to come over with a visa and start a business.
Yeah, and also we don't even have like farm markets anymore. We don't even have supermarkets that be in our community because all of them is like buyed out. That and the black farmers, they seem like they non-existent. It seems like where every time, because I did a story of black farmers like about 3 years ago. I'm gonna pull that up one day and I'm gonna show through premium. And what they do when they fill an application, for years they put that agricultural department, DC, they actually throw it in the garbage. And then when they get to it, they're not getting the sufficient money for the acres that they have and everything. So when the average white person and any other farmer that gets money, they gets like almost like almost $500,000, sometime more than that. And then the black farmers, if they get like $50,000 or $100,000, that's good.
Right. I mean, Monsanto is. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say with the black farmers, they suppress a lot of them. I mean, actually dealing with the black farmers, the ones that actually had the farming that have been passed down from generation to generation. The companies are stalling them out, and the banks are stalling them out. Because pretty much with the crop season, you actually go to the bank and you apply for the stuff before the season starts. The average bank, if they want your land and you don't want to sell, they'll post date your money to the point where you won't get it until crop season starts. So you're already behind the 8 ball. And then as the season going on, the people that are buying your crops, they buy them at reduced prices, or they don't even buy all your stock. They'll buy like a third of your stock and make you just get rid of the other stock, because who are you going to sell it to? If you have a major company that you grow for and they only buy half of your stock, like where's the other stock going to go? That means you have to do the research and actually find another company that wants to buy it, or just actually go wholesale to a store, which you're going to be putting in more work and you're not prepared to do. So, they kind of know how to do that to where they stall people out, because Vice did a video on it where they kind of pushed a lot of those sharecropping or stock people out to the point where they lost land, like land been in the family for like three and four generations, simply because they want fresh blood in there and it's not our blood.
Yeah,
right. You're exactly right. I mean, because I'm a driver, I actually pick up from some of these places, and I see firsthand what the fuckery is. Right? Who's picking up what loads get put on the load boards that are coming from what companies, blah blah blah. I can go into the details about that, but the bigger picture is I want to be very, very clear. When we say they, we're talking about Monsanto, right? Just so that if anybody else is out there listening right now, I'm not sure who's in the chat, who's listening, whatever. Let me be very specific. Monsanto has always been the obstacle keeping farmers in general, let alone black farmers, suppressed. I think you were touching on that seed bank that they have in Greenland a little earlier. I thought it was Iceland. It's Greenland. Greenland is where they have all of the seed bank buried under that snow and shit
Okay.
in these tunnels and whatnot. I saw the documentary on that. It was crazy because I was looking at another documentary and it just so happened to go and tie in with that. I wasn't even looking for it. I was just trying to entertain myself with some shit and I came across that. But then I actually had to pick up a load from Monsanto. That's where I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. The bullshit starts there, and it trickles all the way down. Not down, not trickle. Let me rephrase that. It goes all the way to um, South Africa and the shit that they have to go through with the quote unquote white Africans that are down there, still holding on to the land that they have over there that they acquired during apartheid. That makes its way from this shore to that shore and back and forth because of the amount of food being traded between the countries that we let slip by without us noticing. When you go to your grocery store, and you pick out your fruits and vegetables and all that other stuff, there's no list of places where this stuff came from. Right now, on a regular basis, California receives its oranges from Florida. Florida receives its oranges from California. Why the fuck can't they just get their oranges from where the hell they at?
Mm-hmm.
So,
But no, that trade has to go back because one company is in Florida and distributes to the California market, and the other buys its oranges from the other side. Now, this is a seasonal thing. That's what they attribute it to. But both Florida and California pretty much share the same type of seasons, the same type of environments in order to grow these produce, right? But the different companies purposely put themselves on the opposite end of the country for profit. Then you look at the exports and imports that are coming across, coming through the harbors and the borders, where you have General Mills is an American company that sells our cereals and all that stuff, our breakfast food, but all of that stuff is manufactured in Mexico. It comes across the border and it is only housed in the United States.
Yeah.
Right? So you look at it, you're looking at a really big, it borders on conspiracy, but if it wasn't all legal, you wouldn't know this. I mean,
Yeah.
Pepsi Cola, Coca-Cola, all of these big
Oh.
that ties into exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, somebody bought. Whoa. Oh.
you break it a little bit.
Yeah. I gotta go. I gotta go because I gotta take care of something. Brother Picard and Brother Rashid, make your last remarks, please. This is a great conversation too. I bring it.
Yep. Hope to be back again before I drop out of the thing. So yeah, you go ahead and handle your business.
Go make the last remarks, please, and then Brother Rashid.
All right.
I was just gonna say, man, be informed and just do your research and check with your family. That's it.
Thank you. Stay right there, brother Picard.
Look at your Constitution, and I mean, like, seriously. If you don't know what the Constitution says in your not just your state constitution, but the national or federal constitution, Then look at the amendments to those constitutions, and then you start seeing some of the fuckery that I'm talking about. From the second to the fifth to the 13th, 14th, and 15th, you'll start to see why it is so important for black men to be incarcerated right now, especially if all of the prisons are commercially owned right now. Right? Then ask your president whether or not he's going to change any of that policy. Either the one that's going to be elected in or the one that's going to be returning. It doesn't matter. If neither one of them are changing that, then your ass is still a slave. Free or not. And I'll end on that.
Yeah, stay right there. And then I'm gonna say this though too, that wherever this finish uploading, I hope us as a people, this is the time to really study. I think this is the time to really study in groups. I think this is the time that if you have a conference call, get a conference call number. Brothers, get up and we can talk. We can go over the history, or even have a telephone call, do something. And the rest of our people too is very important, because one way or the other we getting screwed. And there are also brothers and sisters in this sector of YouTube. They are having their data and they keep it among themselves, keep it among the groups. And I would say to them, this is the time, pick and choose, rightfully so, the ones that sorely need it and also to build on it. We need every little as we can get to build. So on behalf of my channel, the Underrated Dogs, yours truly, the underrated one, the number one creator. I want to thank you, Brother Bokar. Brother Bokar, did you got my email?
No, I put my email in the chat. I'm not sure if you've seen it or not. Let me go and
No,
actually, if you can put it on the message board in the StreamYard, then I'll copy it down.
Okay, don't. I'm gonna do it right now, and let me know you get it.
All right, I'm gonna put mine in there right now.
No, I want you to copy mine because.
Oh, okay.
Yo, you copy mine. You just email me back. Rashid, do you got my email?
Okay, Rashid just fell off the edge of the earth.
Yeah, it must be.
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
I screenshot a lot of stuff, so I got it in my phone.
Okay, good. Then I want you to email me later on, brother. Do you got it? I just put in the private chat.
Yeah, I screenshotted the live chat, so I got it from earlier.
Okay, good. Okay, got it. Glad you got it. Brother Picard, do you got it? I put in the
Yeah, I got it. I just emailed you back or responded, or I just used your email and emailed you right now. So
okay,
should be there.
Okay, then I'm gonna end this right now. On behalf of my channel, the Underrated Doctor, thank y'all brothers to give us important information. Thank you, Brother Bokar. And Brother Bokar had promised me that whatever the information that he's gonna look up and get it, this is gonna be the first channel. He gonna get in contact with me. We're gonna let you know ahead of time. Most likely I'll probably do a video, let you know. This is the important message, y'all. So whatever date that we gonna finalize it, tell people to come to the chop, because I'm gonna have it. This might be a special chop up that I'm gonna do with him. And Rashid, I definitely want to do a chop up with you too, very soon, my brother. And this is what we need, y'all. This is what we need. So Thank y'all again.
All right, I think both of the brothers were abducted. They were black bagged, and now I'm getting ready to be black bagged. Talk to you guys later.
I want to thank y'all to come to the channel. Underrated Thoughts is yours truly, the underrated one, the quick greater. Thank you so much. Thank y'all. Participate under the Underrated Mulkbang 6. And then I see y'all. Guess I'll see y'all in a few days. All right. But on that, this one is Ghost.